Hey y'all, you Davison Middle School science students, it's Mrs. Kashara. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm the Twin Pines water bottle, just like the Pellegrino sparkling water. So anyway, we're here today to play a role of some sort of a contaminant. Each and every one of you are going to be a different role. Now, those of you that are at home, what I want you to do is I want you to read over all 32 roles. And then I want you also to just pick a role, pick your favorite number, and that's going to be the number that you will do for the worksheet. But I'm going to just kind of show you what happened when my class actually did this particular lab. So of course we started out with just a clean bucket of water, and you'll see the picture of it above the link. Take a look in what we started with the water. Then everybody read their roles, and they chose to follow that role and add to the contaminants. Now when you get to number 16 says for you to compare the color of the lake water to the standard color. So our standard color looks like this, okay? This is what would be the standard color. And the lake water at that time was this color. And so what we need to do is we need to see, is the lake water darker than the standard? Because if it is, then the fish are too contaminated. But if you look closely, and I'll put a link in for a picture, I think this looks a little bit lighter than our standard. So I think the fish are okay. And then as we continue with the lab, there's one last one, number 32, where they ask the microbiologists of the city to do a test for the total coliform bacteria in the water. And we ended up taking all that water that we did, and after that, there was even a little bit of bleach, if you read about those in that, and we take a look at the standard. And we compare the color of the cup that was removed to the standard color. Now, if the color in the cup is darker than the standard, then the water is too contaminated to use. So what do you think? Is it too contaminated to use? I think it might be. You can see a little bit of change in this because this one had a little bit of bleach in it as well. Interesting color. Another thing that scientists will do when they're looking at at how water is as far as cleanliness is these kits. You can buy these kits. It's called Lamont Test Kit, and it has all kinds of different chemicals that you can test. So if you have water nearby your house, you can get one of these and test it yourself. But one of the tests is called the turbidity test. And with the turbidity test, all that is the measure of the relative clarity of the river. It doesn't necessarily mean the water needs to be the color of it. It means how clear it is. So can you see the bottom of the water where, say, rocks and fish are? Can you see that? Or is it really turbid? It's really murky and you can't see anything. So with this kit, we have a Secchi disc at the bottom, and I'll let you zoom in on that. And you can see that black and white circle thing. And you take this and you look to see, what can I see? Can I really see it? Is it super clear? Is it somewhat clear? Or can I not see it at all? And I'm thinking, what are you? Between 0 JTUs or 40 JTUs? And JTUs stands for Jackson Turbidity Units. Now there's a few different ways to do turbidity. This is just one way. Another way is to actually take a disc, flat disc, make those black and white signs, and have it on a pole or a string and put it down in the water with weights until you can't see it anymore. And then you can measure how deep it went to where you can't see it. That also will give you your turbidity amount. And then of course my honors that they did at Black Creek, they used actual standard turbidity and compared it in the clarity in with distilled water and a black dot. So that's just some different ways that you can do some of these different water tests. But I hope you read over those. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you in the next video.